Welcome to the channel. My name is Charles Wollertz. This is Wollertz Photography, and today I wanted to talk about something that I've personally experienced. Selling prints versus selling stock photos. I've done both, and I want to share my real numbers and the behind the scenes process and what I've learned along the way. About 3 or 4 years ago, I had the chance to print a bunch of my photos and place them with an art dealer and to show at different venues. Now here's the thing, I don't carry inventory. This is not what I was doing. So I had to go all in, and I printed around 40 photos in different mediums. Metal prints, standout displays, canvas wraps, framed in glass and everything, you name it. The cost about $4,000. And yes, I sold a few pieces here and there, and I was almost this close to recovering my initial investment. But here's the thing, a lot of these prints ended up in a storage unit. I have other ones that were damaged and ruined. Not exactly the dream outcome, you know? Fast forward about a year or two later, the Circles in the Sand team reached out to me and asked if I could print a few photos for a show at the Cuspe Art Museum. And originally it was supposed to be me and a couple of other photographers, but last minute the other ones backed out. So now suddenly it was my show, which is awesome. So I printed a lot more photos, but this time because it was such a specific and local subject, the sales were way better. So I spent about $1,500 in prints for the show and sold enough to almost break even. Now, the leftover inventory was good because again, it's local and it's theme specific, local art. So those pieces are now on display at the High Tide Art Gallery in Bandon, Oregon. Now, here's where I learned a very valuable lesson in talking to gallery owners. They said that smaller prints like matted 8x10s sell a lot better, keeping the price low and matching what other artists are doing. So I chose 4 of my photos. I ordered mats and windows from Amazon and did the process myself. If you ever matted a photo, you know the drill. You tape the hinge between the backing and the window, position the photo, and then using the little T-shaped pieces, that tapes the corners of the photo in a way that the print hangs correctly and can expand and contract without warping. Do you know why photographers are supposed to sign prints in pencil? I did it because it looks way better for the B-roll, you know. The real reason is because graphite doesn't react with the paper and it's archival. But honestly, you can sign it with a crayon if you want, just go for it. Literally, it's up to the artist's discretion, even though traditionally, the pencil is the way to go. Now, I decided to sign the mat instead of the print itself. These are e-surface prints like this one. They are not fine art prints like this one over here. The difference in cost is about 10 times. And I needed to keep the price low to match the other photographers here in the gallery. Now, using my unfair advantage and to make things a little bit more official, I printed labels that say official photography for Circles in the Sand. A little branding can go a long way. Now, here's the reality. Printing can be expensive and you need an outlet. You need to replace what sells and you have to keep inventory. It's a long-term commitment. Now, let's switch over to stock photography, which is a completely different kind of commitment. Take this photo of a Cosmopolitan. It's a beautiful drink. It cost me basically nothing to make. I already had the lights and the camera. I borrowed the martini glass, the cranberry juice, and the lime. And I shot it on my kitchen counter. That one photo has maybe over $2,000 in profit. No storage unit, no $4,000 printing bill, just time to keyword and upload. Now, look at this photo of the grizzly bear. This, I paid maybe $20 or $30 to get into the Montana Grizzly Encounter in Bozeman, Montana. This single photo has been licensed in just Adobe stock over 1,000 times, and it's made me more than $1,000. And my famous vitamin E capsules, the 3 little capsules on a piece of white paper, that photo has made me over $600 in profit, plus a single license last week that paid $52.24. It honestly took me longer to mat one 8x10 print than it did to make that photo. Of course, stock photography isn't a magic money-making machine. Most photos sell for under $1. A lot of them are just 10 cents, and I get it. It feels like nothing. You know, you do all that work and it's 10 cents. But here's the thing, 10 cents here, 50 cents there, a few dollars every so often. Multiply that by thousands of photos and it adds up. Prints, on the other hand, can make a lot more for sale, but you need inventory, you need an audience, and you need an upfront investment. And that's a big difference. Prints are all about who you're selling to. Someone once suggested that I add my prints to my website, and maybe I should. But here's the truth. You guys are here to learn about photography, stock photography, not to buy prints. So when I say that you need the right following for the right product, then if you want to sell prints, your audience has to be collectors or fan of your art. It all comes down to alignment. You guys are here for photography content, which, by the way, if you want to learn everything I know about photography, remember that I have a course available here on YouTube. I'll actually put a link down below. There's 3 ways to enjoy the course. Now, speaking of audience, I want to take a second to say thank you to everyone who's joined my channel, the channel memberships. YouTube ad revenue is, let's just say, not great. So memberships and the photography course I put together are really what keeps the channel going. And I'm actually working on something special as a thank you for all of you. But honestly, you're amazing, and I really couldn't do this without your support. So thank you so much to all the channel members. Now, selling prints can be very lucrative if you have a strong following and the patience to invest in time and money. Stock photography is a slower game, but it's low cost, low risk, and you can build it up into a steady passive income. Personally, I like stock photography because it frees me up from inventory, it lets me experiment with ideas, but I do respect the print sales too. It's just a very different business model. And the only reason I can do prints now is because of stock photography. At the end of the day, nothing worthwhile is ever easy. Whether you're selling prints or uploading to stock, do what you enjoy and do it for the right reasons. That's when the results start to flow. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.